Hello guys, and welcome to another daily waves on cryptos. It's been a while, I think probably more than 10 days. And well, luckily I'm here again now, which is an important and critical period since we are seeing everything crashing, including of course BTC, L1s and the rest of the altcoins. In today's video, of course, we're gonna look at BTC as well with two, and the Quora encircled team as well voted for Luna. As always, it's like a no reason to do these votes when I do include Luna in the vote options, but after the plunge that we have seen over the past few days for Luna as well, I think it's a critical level and a very important to analyze and see where we're at, where we're heading. By the way, in the previous video for Luna, I did also mention that I think 22 was kind of a level. I did not expect it to come in too quickly, obviously. But you know, there were some sort of issues with USD, the stable coin of the Luna Foundation. I'm not going to go into that stuff. I'm going to look at the charts. As a reminder, guys, obviously you know that BTC and Luna I have been expecting them to fall, but in my Discord channel, you obviously here now it's been 10 days. In my Discord channel, you get to see these signals and these warnings. Depends on which package, of course, you have. It could be like 3 or 4 times a day, or you would at least have one video on a daily basis, and all these warnings are there, guys. So you need to consider if it's worth investing in a decent well, I would say channel, and that doesn't necessarily mean just it has to be mine, but as long as it's decent, versus, you know, seeing this drawdown in your portfolios, because it does worth it, and I can tell you that. Anyway, the information for Discord are in the caption. You can have a look, and if you have any questions, of course, you know, go ahead and ask. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Without further ado, this, as always, is not financial advice, guys. It's purely educational. Learning how to label and count using Elliott waves on cryptocurrencies. Elliott waves on cryptos. So let's move to the analysis for BTC first, and then Luna. Just for the long term, guys, I wanted to start with the Brave New Coin Index because it includes all data. There is something very important I need to mention here, okay, which is a bit worrisome as well. As you well know, I'm a fan of channels and I use them all the time in my accounts because they tend to work very well. Connecting waves 2 and 4 here in the cycle degree. We have an occasion where we've broken outside this base channel. That means that we could get something like this. Or, since this is a second attempt, we might even continue to move lower down. That's going to be a very, 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 very big move to the downside. Now, I ought also to say that my main scenario is that we're going to get W, X, and Y, and we're going to continue higher. That has been the case for a while now. We see it taking effect. But when and if we do cross below the 1618, which by the way is around the 14K, and consequently it's the top of wave 1, and also the 50 Fibonacci retracement of this upside leg, 1, 2, 3 included, without the 5th, since it's an X, it's a running wave. So it's a big cluster, the 14K, guys. I'm not saying we're gonna go to 14K, but if we go to 14K, then this will allow me to call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we get further downside. I'm not saying we're gonna go down to 3, obviously, but guys, when we exceed the 1.618 extension of the downside, this is when it is a wave 3 rather than anything else. Now, ideally, you might say that it should have been from here to here, and the 161 is at 17, but this is a mistake. Why? Because if we cross the 1618, which is at the 14K, then there is not going to be a wave here, right? That's going to be actually the 5th. Right? We cannot have this as 1 and 2. So we've got to count from here and down for the 1618. Okay, which we have identified this count anyway, guys. Don't forget that we have talked about this being a 5 a while ago. It's been the case for a while. So, well, another level here that we're looking at, the 38, which is the 20, around 20K, yeah, also comes as top of wave 3, right? Let's not get confused as well. If this is indeed 1 over here and we get wave 2, let's not get confused that usually these two come at the same level. Do I think we're going to go down to 3K? No, I don't think we're going to go down to 3K. But I think there is high possibility we're going to get down to 14. Okay, especially if this move to the downside continues, which in my opinion, well, it's likely to continue. Now that's the long term, guys. Okay, and what else we can do here before we go? It's we can use the well, it's also called the base channel, but not of the base. I mean, i.e., it's not of the downside. It's connecting the top. It's connecting 1 and 3 and wave 2. Okay, so in this case, you know, and that would be the expectation for my W, X, and Y as well. This is 3, 4, and I would be expecting one more leg up, down to get a bounce here. If we lose 26K, then the likelihood of, you know, having ended up here and also moving lower close to the 14 is going to increase. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that here, and then I'm going to go down on BTC. And we're going to start with, well, you know the main, but I want to take you a little bit closer just so you have an idea of what's going on. Now, last time we were looking at BTC, and this is W, X, and Y, by the way, right? We talked about, you know, having wave A done here and B here. So it means that we are expecting another leg to the downside to complete wave 4. Okay, so that of course comes in as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and the wave 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 internally, and then it's an extended third, I would say. 161 actually it does, or something like this. It will go in the short term soon. And then I expect one more leg down to complete this leg. And 2676 might be our level, coming together with the structure that I've just shown you. We have broken below that level, guys. So the next level down really is around well, we've done the 29.7. The next level down is around the 29K. Okay, now using a bit of a Fibo here. Okay, one thing to do is to connect A and B. We get 23K. Another thing to do is connect, well, I would say 1 and 2. Okay, and you see how the 30K has become a cluster, and then we'll go down to 23, 24. But let's not forget, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think my, where would be, yeah, I think my 5 is here. Yeah, that's fine. And my 2 would be here. Actually, we're gonna look at the short term anyway, but the 30 was a cluster. It's broken. Okay. And what else we can do is, you know, assuming of course the 30 is down here, which I think in my opinion it is, you know, we can look at 25 and then 22, 30. Once wave 4 is finished, which so far might be the case or may not, we can go all the way up, you know, and use the Fibonacci that way. So what we can do here, since we are looking at the fourth wave, you know, making a decent dip, because the dip in wave 2, I mean, we've only corrected like 23%. So we can expect even 62% to be the correction in wave 4. Now, the assumption would be if we go up to 62 for 4, then we get 26, we get 22. If we go to 50% with on wave 4, we get 25, 40, 21, 20, and you know how it goes, right? So we'll just have to move these at the end of wave 4. Now, why do I do this? I do this because, guys, you don't need to wait for my video. You can just use this tool yourself. You know, I'm just showing you how. What is important is that the 100% is at 23,130. And once this breaks, okay, of course, we need to measure this. Hold on. Because we need the W and the X. Let me just hide this for a second. The W and the X, guys. W starts here and X finishes up here. The 100 is already done. 127 is at 27.79. 138 is at 25.60. Then we'll go down to 21.641. When we break this, chances of this continuing lower are going to increase again. This is how it works, guys. This is how you can work out probabilities, right? So 23 is our level here. Yeah. And now I can go a little bit in the actually, before we do go in, we talked about the triple zigzag last time. Yeah, it becomes highly unlikely. Alternative 1 would be the one I was talking about. Okay, so which means we're going to get much more lower prices. Okay, obviously as an ABC and as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll have a different case. But you know, if this is going to be an ABC, one, you know, it can go all the way down to 14,596 without that being extended. Okay, which is close to the previous wave 1. But if this is going to be 1, because it can also be 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1, then you get 2. That's going to be 3, then we get 4 and 5. That can be A, then B, and then you get further downside forces. We can get a flat, we can get anything but a triangle, because we are on wave 2. Okay, this is the only still valid alternative that we've looked so far, because the rest of the alternatives we have looked, guys, and we really pushed for them just for the sake of being there, since you are also following our other analysts, and that's why they haven't really had high probabilities. You know, this is not valid any longer, and this is not valid any longer. Okay, the only way that can be valid, the triangle, right, is if this is going to be a descending triangle, and that's going to be wave C here, and then we get, well, let's quickly do that. Then we get wave D, and then we get wave E and 4. Okay, so that would be the only case. You see that? That would be the only case. And again, it becomes a bit extended. Look at wave 2, how sharp and quickly it's finished here. And that is just going and going and going. So that's why I haven't been a fan for the triangle for a while. Why? Because this is a 5-wave leg, guys. That's why. And I've said it so many times. Anyway, we're running out of alternatives. This is the one, the alt 1, by the way, right? That can play out now. Okay. So let's see whether it will. Now I want to go in the short term very quickly. Just want to show you my count, and then I'm going to switch to Luna. Short term, from wave B all the way down, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 as an open diagonal. Very weird, but that's what it is. An ABC in 2, and then we've got 1 and 2, extended 3, and we are in wave 4. So I'm expecting 4th to finish if it hasn't, and then 5th to go lower down. From there, you know, we get again one more down, one more up, and the final to the downside. Now, as you can see over here, if we use waves 1 and 2, we see 26, we see 2420, 2420, 2430, let's say. All these levels are important, guys, okay? The move from, hold on, where is this? In here in wave 3, all of wave 3, because 2 has a very shallow correction, we're looking at 3360 and 3285. Now, is it possible that this finished? It is possible it finished. This is from before. I've got it as an ABC, by the way, guys, but it looks unlikely that is an ABC now. Why? Well, because this is an ABC here, and that becomes a bit of a weird situation. So possibly, and I'm going to make that change now, we're going to get a WX and Y. Remaining outside this base channel around the 33K is going to be bearish. Coming back within the channel, but staying below, well, I would say 3420, then again, that would be seen as bearish. Okay, so pretty much everything, guys, points to further downside. You've got this channel broken, you've got this channel broken, and now this is an accelerated move. Funny enough, when we look at the 1 and the 2, we want wave 3, because this is an extended third leg, right, to end around 2650. And as I said before, 24 and the 23 also becomes a level. 1K is nothing for BTC, guys. So yes, I'm expecting a correction to finish if it hasn't, then move lower down for wave 3, then come back up for wave 4, and then move down for another wave to around the 23K, which 23K has been a number I've talked about in my group for months, guys, like maybe even like over a year ago. I'm not too sure, but definitely 8 months, definitely, yeah, 7 months. And now when you see that the structures that have never been there when I was looking at the 23K now pointing to the same level, this is what we call, well, can I say Elliott waves? Can I say accurate Elliott waves? Okay, I mean, obviously we cannot be as accurate 100% of the time, but we're doing our best. Now, you might have a question about this week. I ignore it, and you should ignore it too. I know some of you, maybe it was painful to see your shorts closing here, but we have to ignore it. It's not part of any other exchange. And that's for BTC. Now, Luna. Yes, I made a change, of course. Let me take you out first. Now, I think we've got quite a thing here. Short, let's put that in and let's do the main. That was and has been my main, guys, for, well, it's been a while, to be fair. And again, I want you to see the accuracy of the channels offering rejections. It's incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth is done, and we're moving lower down. Supposedly A, B, and C here, right? So you might be like, oh, right, then we are done at 23 because I called this number ages ago, guys, ages ago. And we're moving up. Your target is reached. But guys, no, we're not. I don't think we are. Why, you might ask? Well, because this is not the move I expected, not the structure I expected, and not as quick. These quick moves are not really helping with the bearish outlook. This bearish move is most likely 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to get ABC and further downside. I'm not saying we're going to go to 7, right? This is not the idea here, but since we started from around here and we ended around here, look, guys, I mean, look, 50% where it is, the 62% where it is. Obviously, going below 2 is a big issue. So now we haven't even done the 23, as you can see. So going down to 12 is something that is possible in the long term. I would say maybe medium term. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then we get ABC. The next leg can go down to 12. Yeah. You might say, well, I said 21st, now I'm saying 12. Well, guys, I honestly don't want Luna to fall below 22. This is the wave 1. Otherwise, it's losing its impulsiveness somehow. Yeah. You see there is an extended wave, first wave here as well. So third and fifth, yeah, well, indeed they did what they did, but you know, this is becoming a bit risky, and that's the reason I have this change here, right? And as I was saying, I'm going to place this here to be fair. It's gonna be A and then B and then C in the long term. Now the alternative would be something like this, and well, 3, hold on, 5 here, and we'll probably get the 4th, and we are looking for you know, the 3 and the 4 and then the 5. Obviously we cannot in this case go below 22, okay, because we cannot have a flat in this particular case. Now, why is this an alternative, guys? Is because usually wave C of flat is very sharp and very quick, okay? That is the only reason that is there, but I'm not really a fan. Now, going down in the short term, let me show you the change I've done here. This is what I did. Instead of A, B, and C, we have 1 and 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, an extension further down. That's my wave 3. Perhaps my wave 4 is already done, or probably it comes out as a triangle, since we have an ABC, so we'll have a sharp correction in wave 2. So probably we're gonna get a triangle here. Then one more leg down for the 5th. Yeah, just anywhere between, really, anywhere below 23.60. This is a very extended third wave, guys, by the way. Look at this, 300%. We go to 300, 3 Fibo. And if we look internally, let's look at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look at this. This is a cluster. Yeah? The 4 is here. The 3 is here. Look at this. A cluster. The 200 and the 300 Fibonacci extensions are right there. And this is very scary, guys. Very scary. These moves are not supposed to just be taken with... They have to be taken with caution, okay? So yeah, it could be a flat wave C, but most likely a very extended move to the downside. This is very big. This is a huge move to the downside. I know we see rejection initially, obviously, after all this price action, okay? Since like the 20, well, nearly a year now. After all this price action, you expected to find some support here, but I don't think it's gonna last. I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, then B and C. And that B, I mean, I hope it will get up there, you know, for those who bought late. Yeah. The issues that we currently see in the Luna ecosystem, they're not just going to go away. Confidence in Luna is lost. Very hard to work around that. So, thank you for watching. That will be all for the day. For more, you can join Discord. Details in the caption.